Hey, let me ask something. You want to piss off some run-dominated football coaches? Just say this. You don't need to run. What's going on, Coach 8? Real quick, I want you to know something. You can abandon the run. That is right. You can score a crap ton of points, come from behind, and you do not need to run the ball. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Mississippi State, Mike Leach coming back from 34-14 in the fourth quarter, throwing the ball. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why, what you can do instead of running the ball. And you want to stay to the end because I have a bonus that you can do to get the max number of yards. Now, if you've been around, you're going to know this. I have got, boom, a presentation. Should you abandon the run? And I'm going to tell you what, I think you should. Now, here's the thing. My thesis, if you will. First off, Mississippi State just had the largest comeback in their entire program history. Do you think they could have done that if they were running the ball all the time? Hint, Wisconsin will tell you what that is. And the answer is no, because you cannot come back from that point down, 34-14 in the fourth quarter, if you have a run-oriented offense. Wisconsin couldn't do it. They played from behind. They had that last drive. They had to pass the ball. They couldn't do it because they didn't practice it enough. I'm not saying that the run is that bad, but you need to be able to pass the ball. And what if it's easier to run when you throw instead of throw after you run it? That is what you got to ask yourself. Also, hey, Mike Leach. Can we give it up to Mike Leach? Huh? Let's give him a round of applause, because this is the 3rd largest comeback at every school he's been at. He did it at Texas Tech. He did it at Washington State. Now he's did it at Mississippi State. Now, I know what a lot of people are going to say. Well, if he had a decent defense, or if he was able to control the clock, then he wouldn't need to make a comeback. But that's splitting hairs. He was down. His offense was down. And just like I say that if you have a very strong three-point shooting team, you will always be in the game no matter what. If you can slice a defense up by throwing the ball, you will never be out of a game. This is an example right here. 34-14 in the fourth quarter, and they came back. So here are the stats. Look at this. 435 yards. They came back 35-34. Don't give me that crap that it's against Louisiana Tech. Skip Holtz has got those guys moving. They're going to cause a lot of issues going forward. But 35-34. Look at that fourth quarter. 21 straight points in the fourth quarter happened. 435 yards. What I want you to look at, though, is the rushing yards. 65. They say you cannot win games if you don't run the ball. This right here, see, this is the beautiful thing about math and geometry, is proof. Now, if I have to prove everything, I have to show all of it, right? I have to show every game where the winning team rushed the ball more and that's how they won. Or I can show the opposite. I can show one game where they actually came back and won when they had to throw the ball and they didn't really need to run the ball. This is your example. 370 yards passing, 65 yards rushing. That is smart. And I promise you, that running back, even though he only got 65 yards rushing, he scored 3 times on swing passes and stuff like that, or 3, a little bit. It's freaking unbelievable. So my question to you is, what do you replace the run with? Let's say you go crazy. Let's say you're like, you know what, Ron? You are absolutely right. We are going to not run the ball. What do we have to do instead? And I'm glad you asked that, because what we're going to do is we're going to cover 3 ways. All right? First way is screens. You got to have screens. Now, I'm going to back this up with also video evidence, the quick screen. The beautiful thing I like about the quick screen, and Mike Leach tends to do this with the outside guys, he likes to throw the quick screens to the outside guys and the tunnel screens, which I will show you, to the inside guys. This is an example of the quick screen. Is the line, they usually block zone away. So you're making the linebackers and everybody bite up because you're play faking the zone, and then you're just throwing it out there to the wide receiver, which is unbelievable. And Chase, what's going on, man? How are you doing? Coach Thomas, how are you this fine evening? I hope y'all are doing all right today and ready to watch some very good Mississippi State. So what we have right here is we have a 3-by-1. This is late. They're throwing the Larry screen up here to the L. So they're blocking the line, the running back and everybody. They are running a freaking inside zone. So look at it. It looks like inside zone. Linebacker on the running back. On the running back. So they got 6 guys here. He's running inside. We've got 2 over 2. So this is the man right here that can make the play. Good blocking. So you get it, and you go. There it is, right there. Get north and south. That is very important. You get north and south on these quick screens. Just catch, turn, throw it out there. You're turning 2. It's very simple. That right there is the air raids toss sweep. You can do that. You do not have to worry about anything with the run game because that is a toss sweep. That's a long handoff, and that is actually 6 or 7 yards right there. So that's the first step is the quick screen. All right? The second running back screen. That is what's going on. That is the beautiful thing right here. Now, I've drawn this up. This is a way you can get it to the running back really fast. Again, it's a toss sweep. There's multiple ways to get toss sweeps in the air raid offense, not having to run the ball, not having to run it between tackle and tackle. In this example, you have the backside. You have a drag, a slant, and it looks like a deeper slant. And on this left side, they're just running a swing. Why? Because the defense, and you think I'm crazy, and when a lot of people draw these things up online on these YouTube videos, you go, Coach, no one would line up that way. And I'm here to show you that they actually do line up that way because here is an example right now. Okay? Look at this. Look at this example. You've got 4 linemen. The DN is pointing at the back like, hey, who has got this guy? Man to man right here. Man on, man on, man on. You got 6 in the box, and this man's right here. All he does is he just makes the quarterback, makes an adjustment, just swings it. Look, he's blocking. They played the game back here, not here. These guys are running their same route. You're playing the game right here. Notice how the running back is looking back immediately. Immediately when he takes his step. He's taking a step flat down the line of look, he's looking for the ball right now. He is eyeing, where's this guy? Is he going to peel off? Because if he peels off, he'll come back this way. He's engaged. You throw it out there. Nice and simple. You're running essentially a toss sweep to the boundary with one of your best athletes in space. That's what you do. Is that a running play? No. But doesn't it constitute that? Aren't you running it to the sideline, getting horizontal and doing the best thing for your team? Yes, you are. So why do people think you need to run the ball all the time? I don't know. Maybe that's just the way it is. Okay? The next thing you need to do is you need to get great at 6. At 6. It is unbelievable what they did. Mississippi State went up against Louisiana Tech running 6. They were down like 5 seconds left to go. I will bring up this film, but you can tell they ran 6. When in doubt, 6 it out. That is what I'm talking about. And Connor, you are absolutely right. There has been research done at the NFL level showing that passing is much more efficient than running in most situations, especially play action. That is correct. So to me, and this is just me, it's easier to run the ball after you've established the pass because the defense is worried about the pass. It's harder to establish the pass when you're running the ball because you need the run. What happens if you're running over and over again and it doesn't work? Then you really aren't putting that much practice time into the pass to actually get proficient at it, where the reverse, it's a lot easier. All right? So here is what I'm talking about on 6, and this is a beautiful thing. This team went from a 2 high and spun down to a 1 high for the go-ahead touchdown. And that is insane to me when you see it. So here we go. So you're thinking, okay, 2 high. I want you to notice the rotation. And he's starting over here. Notice how he notices the cornerback backing up. So he's, okay, I'm going to go this way. Watch the safety rotation. And also, real quick, watch how many people drop back. And the huge thing last year with the air raid was they can't defeat drop 8. I want you to see how many defenders they are bringing on the rush, how many defenders they actually have sitting there. And the next time someone says all you have to do to beat the air raid is to drop 8, I want you to smack them in the freaking mouth because they're trash and they're talking junk. Off my soapbox. You got the safeties spinning. So middle of the field, so that means what? Look, he sees it. He sees this safety right here spinning down. There it is. There's the grass right here. This is second and two. Second and 2. Mike Leach is calling 6. on his own 15-yard line. And what happens? Perfectly executed. Why? Because they rep the piss out of this. They understand who they are. They do it over and over again. They have a 6th day where the only thing they do, I'm not talking about Saturday, I am talking about the play 6. That is all they do because that is their play. That is their thing they're going to hang their hat on. Look at this play. Freaking beautiful. A dot, like they say in Madden. And they do that because they practice it, they believe in it. I don't know if you noticed this, but throughout this entire game, Mike Leach did not look panicky. He looked stoic. He was like, okay, we've done this. I've been here before at other 2 schools. I can do it again at this school. All you have to do is just do it over and over again. He didn't pull out gimmicky plays. He didn't run things that he'd never ran before. He called what he works on over and over again in practice, in the game, and it actually was successful. And you can do that too if you do it over and over again and you actually believe and have conviction on what you are running. See, a lot of people, I'm on my soapbox again, a lot of coaches don't have conviction in what they're running. They're just trying to find that silver bullet. And if it doesn't work one week, they go to something else the next week. If it does work, they keep going until they first face that little bit of adversity, and then they don't know what to do. That is the difference between what y'all do, throwing the ball, and what Mike Leach does, because he has conviction. He's like, you know what, F it. This is what we're going to do. So the second thing, get great at 6. All right? So the third thing, I'm going to be honest. You got to run a little bit. I had you by the, I lied just a little bit. You've got to be able to run it, but you don't need complex runs. You don't need freaking power. You don't need all that many counters or traps or buck sweeps or anything like that. All you need are simple runs. And what's a simple run? Inside zone. That is it. Inside zone. That is all you need to do in order to be successful in this offense when you don't have to run the ball that much. You can just run inside zone over and over again. And I'm going to show you simple ways that you can run inside zone and just gash them tremendously. And what happens when you gash them a couple of times is then they're like, oh, crap, we got to play the run, which opens up the pass just a little bit more. So right here in this example, they're just running straight up. They have the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're just going to block here, base back. Look how easy this is. Look at the cutback right there. Get a couple of blocks. You've got some space. It works. Don't be that dumb that you're going to pass it all the time. If you got 4 in the box, freaking run the ball. You got another one at 728 right here. Boom. Now, this is a unicorn, fellas. I want you to pay attention to this. This is almost as close as you are going to get to 2 tights from Coach Leach. I know he did it a little bit at Texas Tech, but look at this beauty. Look at this freaking beauty that all he has to do, he's on the 2-yard line, 2nd and goal. Just hand it off. Just body on body. It's not that difficult. You don't have to sit there and come up with all these intricate run plays and everything. Wide zone, duo, buck sweep, trap, belly, down, anything like that. You can be successful running simple plays. Look, how Mummy won the spring league 6 games. That's still professional football because they're not in college. He ran inside zone, I think, to the left, counter to the right. That's it. And they had a draw, and they were still successful. And then the last one, 823, unfreaking believable right here. Again, look at this, bringing them in. This is almost your wing set. If you are a spread and you want to, for some reason, run a wing set, bring them in a little bit and run inside zone. Let your running back just, cover them up. Have the OL, cover up the D lineman. Just have your running back be the athlete that he is, the guy that's really in there, the guy you want at the high school level to touch the ball over and over and over again. Have him make the line correct, and you've got it. It's that simple. Now, I promised you a bonus. What can you do for bonus? Let's say you do that. You scrap all of your run plays, and you're just running inside zone. You got the wide receiver screens. You're mastering 6. What is something else that you can have in your arsenal that you can pull out? And you can be like, you know what, defense, suck this. That right there is something that we all do, but we probably do not do it well enough. Locks. If you run enough screens and you lock it up, meaning you fake and go with everybody else and you run that one dude on a lock, then you can make the defense pay big time. And I'm going to show you a way that they actually did that. That was very good. And I liked how they did it. All they did was they tied in their, let me find it real quick. They tied in how they run their 4 verts, where you're bending it on the hash. And it's a very good read. So you've got 2x2 or 3x1, right? Look, fake. Who's he normally throw it to? He normally throws it, the quick screens, to the R or the L in my vernacular, or X and the Y, the outside guys. So you got him acting like he's going to stalk and go on number 2, then he's up the numbers. Then you got this guy stalking and going up this hash, and watch how he bends it. You see how he sees this green grass right here, and he whips his head around. That is just like 6. So this is something you can fold into. You can fold your lock screens in with your 6 call at a 3x1 and be very successful. And that's why you need to do it. So now all you got to do, go to your playbook. Look at your run plays. Get rid of them all. Put it inside zone. Get better at the run. And the pass. And until next time, let's continue to master the spread, score points, and have fun. I hope you all have a great night.